with a maximum technical oh, I've done it again. Hello, welcome to the first of two videos about what I like and what I don't like so much about my Adria Adora 613DT Isonzo. The reason I'm going to do two videos is because I've got so much to tell you that there's just too much for one video. So I'm going to do this one is about the outside of the Caravan, and the next video will be about the inside of the Caravan. Now this specific Caravan, this specific range is built by Adria exclusively for the UK market. So a lot of the things I'm talking about won't apply to Adria caravans that are built for different markets throughout the world. So please bear that in mind, and also bear in mind that these are likes and dislikes that are personal to me. Now hopefully they will help you buying your caravan or motor caravan. But do bear in mind that all our needs are different, and my needs might be different to yours. But I'll give you this review in a very open-minded way, and hopefully let you make up your own mind whether or not you like some of the things I like or you dislike them, and vice versa. So let's start, and we're talking about the exterior today. And first of all, we'll start with what I really, really love about it. And the main thing I love about the exterior is quite simply the styling, the way it looks. I think it is probably the smartest production caravan on sale in the UK right now. It is gorgeous. The front looks lovely with the triple window and the sunroof, and then with the lovely black panels over the top. I love the silver sides and the graphics. They're quite understated yet very elegant. It's not too much, it's not too plain in my eyes, it's just right. At the front you have this huge locker which is brilliant. You can fit 2 gas cylinders, an empty aqua roll, you can see the spare wheels in here, and you might be worried about nose weight. Well, trust me, you could fit 2 gas cylinders in this locker and still easily achieve a nose weight of 100 kilos. I only have 1 gas cylinder in here, and I have to put a 10 kilo jerry can of water in the front locker just to get the nose weight up to an acceptable 100 kilos. Another great thing is this wet locker on the side where you can see I keep my welly boots. And then there's this huge locker here under the bed, and it's great because it's wide enough. You can put your camping chairs in here, you can put your Wastemaster in here. So again, that is fantastic. At the front you have this very long A-frame for towing stability, and you can see the stabilizer hitch there. All 4 corner steadies are heavy duty. So all in all, they are the things that I really like about the exterior. What about deal breakers? Things I don't like, really don't like, that would put me off buying a caravan. As far as the exterior goes, there are no deal breakers whatsoever in my opinion. Breakages and failures. Now, as many of you may know, that when I first collected the caravan, I towed it back to where I was staying. The road light electric cable jumped off the chassis, ran along the road, and it wore through, and I had a problem with the lights. So I fixed that. What I had to do was I noticed that the clips weren't really sufficient to hold it in place on the chassis. And thanks to the wonderful Dan Trudgeon, who put up a terrific video about connecting cables in your caravan and motorhome, I'll put a link to that brilliant video in the description below. I spent about an hour repairing the cable using the techniques that Dan said in his video, and it was spot on. It really worked. It was a repair I could have done without, but to be fair, I managed to get going again. So I've had 1 breakage or failure as regards the exterior of the Caravan. Annoyances. These are little things that they wouldn't stop me buying the Caravan, but I find them annoying. And I think the only annoying thing about the exterior has got to be you have to get on your knees to get to the corner steadies to wind them up and down, because the receiving bolts for the winder are so far under the Caravan that you have to get down on your hands and knees and get muddy knees every time you put the legs up and down. Why they couldn't put longer bolts on the legs, I really don't know. So it's a bit of an annoyance. But other than that, other than the twin waste sockets, why do they always have two waste water sockets? What's wrong with putting a T-piece in before they terminate it? I don't know, but all UK caravan manufacturers do it. Apart from the twin waste water sockets, no more annoyances as far as the exterior of the Caravan goes. Now then, let's talk about the single axle. A lot of people have commented that it's a very long Caravan to be riding on a single axle chassis. It is 8.25 meters long and it has a maximum technical permissible laden mass of 1,800 kilos. A lot of people have said that should really have a twin axle chassis. I beg to differ. I've towed this Caravan now about 500 miles on all kinds of roads and I've had no issues as regarding stability whatsoever. No doubt helped by the long A-frame and the stabilizer hitch on the front. Also I tow with a nose weight, the maximum nose weight of 100 kilos. Some people have raised concerns that a tyre blowout with a Caravan of this size and this weight on a single axle chassis could be quite devastating. Now, I can only talk from experience, and a few years ago I did have a tyre blowout on my own Caravan, which also weighs about 1,800 kilos on a single axle chassis, and I have to say, even though I was doing 50 miles an hour, I managed to bring the Caravan under control straight away. It literally just went onto its rim and I just brought it to a halt straight away. And there was very little damage to the Caravan whatsoever, just a tiny bit of skirt that needed replacing. Now that could have been down to the fact that it's an Airstream, it was awesome quality. All I can say is that having had a blowout on a single axle 1,800 kilo Caravan, it didn't concern me, it didn't worry me. What you also have to remember is that if Adria were to add a second axle to this Caravan, it would add a lot of weight and it would add some cost to the Caravan. So that would start restricting your choice of tow car. Another thing to remember is that this will be cheaper to service, cheaper to get tyres for than a twin axle Caravan. And it's also easier to hitch up because you can move it from side to side far easier than you can a twin axle Caravan. So in conclusion, if Adria were to offer twin axle as an option, personally, I wouldn't take it. I don't think it needs it. And then finally, let's talk about that width, that 8-foot width that was causing me so much concern before I towed the Caravan. Now, I'll be honest, you do notice it is a little bit wider, both on narrow two-way roads, and also I notice at motorways when they close off one or two lanes and the lanes are narrower, you're doing 50 miles an hour through roadworks. If a lorry decides it's going to do 52 miles an hour and come up and try and overtake you, you are obviously 3 inches closer to that lorry than you would be with a 7'6" wide Caravan. As with everything, it's all about compromise. You get a lovely open layout inside. You don't have to push the bed up during the day to get round it. So at the end of the day, it's all down to this width suits this layout, but I'm not sure this layout suits me. I would probably go for a different layout with a narrower width just to make it a little bit more towable. But that's because I take my Caravan to small islands, I take my Caravan to far-flung remote places in England, Wales and Scotland, and for that I would rather have a slightly narrower Caravan. But if my perfect Caravan was 8 foot wide, that would not stop me buying it. If you fall in love with an 8 foot wide Caravan and you think you'll be fine with the width, trust me, you will be, because I've been okay towing an 8 foot wide Caravan and I was really worried about it beforehand. So in general, if the layout suits you and that's what you really want, don't let the fact that it's 8 foot wide put you off. So there you have it. That's the first of 2 reviews about my Adria Adora 613 DT Isonzo. That's why I stand here, so I can read it, because otherwise I'd never remember it. Hope you enjoyed that. The next review will be all about the interior. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And it just leaves me to say from me and from Dougal, who is asleep, thanks for tuning in.